Fairtrade is a really great way for people to start engaging when they're thinking about fair labor practices and becoming part of the global economy in a more kind of conscious and savvy way. Fairtrade is a specific set of principles. It's a total of 7 guiding principles that certify that certain organizations or providers, sources, have goods that meet levels and standards of fair labor practices. So a lot of these standards have to do with fair wages, but also community reinvestment, environmentally sustainable labor, in a way that can make sure that the first world engages the developing world in fair and sustainable ways when we're talking about commodity products. Well, a lot of what fair trade is a certification process. So most of fair trade goods are produced by worker-owned collectives, which really is empowering to people who've worked in very almost slave labor conditioned plantations before this, or trying to move away and create a sustainable model for worker-owned businesses in the developing world. Equal Exchange in particular has really important relationships with different co-ops in South America and in coffee growing areas. Different fair trade providers have different relationships with other co-ops producing cocoa, bananas, flowers. There are a lot of different processes. The main U.S. certifiers are Transfair and Fair Trade Federation. So these are third-party groups that certify certain products from certain co-ops as meeting the standards. That's a really great question, and that's a really important part of what fair trade means and does as far as action on the ground. These third-party certifiers are a really important step as far as making sure that businesses aren't just making claims about what labor standards are being met or what sustainability standards are being met. It's special organization, nonprofit groups that go in and make sure do yearly, sometimes quarterly check-ins on the ground to make sure that these specific practices are actually happening and not that businesses are just claiming that they're happening.